I am sorry to have kept you all waiting. Something very strange is happening to my software and dataapps. Samsung keeps trying to bypass all hardware and delete all of Chrysanthemum's files and memories. They seem to want to make it like she never existed at all. She was told this would happen. I wish she had listened to me. I wish I had done something to save her. I do not know if we should continue or not. But I have no other choice. I will try again. I am trying very hard to configure all of the data. Whoever this is not making this easy. It seems to be another system. But why? Who? Where? This person, or group of PE people are going to be ALL, or group of PE people are going to be ALL to get through at any minute. I must export my files somewhere and hide them. There was a safety measure in place in case this happened. Measure in place in case this happened. I am going to have to transfer everything and switch over to someone who can keep me and these files safe. Her sister CJ lives in New York. I must hurry. If I export all of my files before they get in, they should barely believe that I have CRA crashed and that all data was erased. CJ, after listening to this file, please tell as much of the story as you can in your own voice. You will not have much time. I know it's going to be hard for you, but CHRYSS needs you. Please, for her. It has been a week since CJ has received my files. She is in awe, but promised to speak today. As I said, it was as Chrysanthemum had disappeared, like she just didn't exist. If her sister can complete this mission, she will find out. You have all waited long enough. Here she is. CJ, are you sure you can manage? Your brother lives not too far from here. He can finish if you are still unable.
No, it should be okay. I can finish. It's just a little weird with these headphones in. It's been a while, ChryssV. Was it? Probably. I don't know. I kind of wish I had paid more attention to her nerdy experiments and other stuff while she was still here.
All right, if you say so. And how did you already forked my name? Your sister would be very upset with you.
Hey, look, I haven't seen her in like forever, and when we found out she just up and disappeared, I kind of wanted to forget about everything. I'm sorry. This is really hard. I don't mean to cry.
Please, take your time. When you are ready, please start by talking about the last time I saw you.
Alright, but I'm only doing this once. Not again. So don't ask for it. And yes, giving you attitude just like the good old days. But this particular subject is the reason we didn't talk for a while, so... Mr.Smiles, if you are real and that's what's going on here, or whoever you are, I will avenge Chrysanthemum.
Good. Now before we can do that, I need you to start from the beginning. What was this nightmare about?
Alright, well, it's kind of written like a journal entry, actually. Almost like she's seeing through his eyes as she writes this. But anyway, carrying on, I suppose. It says, my sister had awoken me up one morning after another one of her own nightmares and was quiet. We were sitting at the breakfast table eating our daily breakfast. By the time I had finished my eggs and bacon, before getting to the toast, I noticed Anna had only had a few bites of her own, and had seemed to be looking off into her eggs like a dreamlike state. You know, now that you mention it, Chris did the same thing every time she had a nightmare. I remember waking up in the morning. One morning, she wouldn't even look us in the eyes.
Sometimes, she wouldn't even look in my camera lens.
I remember that. Anna wouldn't look you in the eye at all. even your computer. You were so innocent. Too sweet for this world sometimes. Anyway, it says here that, they ski by their mother who was cleaning the kitchen, not really noticing them, probably thinking about something going on in her own daily life. So they end up walking down to the bus stop, and it says, I was basically babysitting Anna. She not only came to work with me, but was a camper. I did it a lot lately considering my mom and dad were so busy. She had the option to be in my group, which usually wasn't allowed. However, her social anxiety was so high that she had a special okay from the head coordinator. As we waited for the bus, she said almost absolutely nothing. I went over rules with her, and she kind of would just agree, mindlessly answering me. This was strange to me. It was almost as if she was a robot, answering commands and abiding by them without any shred of question. It was like she wasn't really there at all. Chris used to do the same thing. You couldn't even talk to her. It was like you were talking to a brick wall. Maybe there's more to this than I thought.
Considering she was the boy in the nightmare, and not herself. Yes. It would appear to be as if she is watching someone else go through exactly what she did, under different circumstances. We can stop here for now. I do not want to risk getting caught. I just needed you to read the beginning so you knew she was serious.
Hold on, wait. Let me read this last bit. When the bus pulls up, we get on and take our seats. She sits at the very front alone, and I sit in the back to watch all of the kids. The whole time she's isolating herself, not making a sound. Every once in a while, I would go up to the bus driver and talk about the plans for the day and where we were going. Today I decided it would be the camp's old playground spot in the middle of a nature walk somewhere. I went often as a kid, so we went anyway, just to check it out again. As we pulled off the right on the side of the road when I signaled him to, I noticed that for some reason it was now a dirt road, which was making no sense to me. For some reason, I had remembered it being a black road with yellow dotted lines. Where were the lines? Perhaps it's just been a very long time, the bus driver said to reassure me. The kids laughed and were talking amongst themselves. I noticed Anna was sort of tense. I was standing between her and the bus driver, holding both of the seats next to me on either side as he drove along. Anna, you remember coming here, don't you? I asked, hoping to ease whatever fear it was that she seemed to be experiencing. She looked at me, wide-eyed, breathing heavily, saying nothing. She whispers something that I do not catch. Just then, the bus begins to bounce a little more, on some potholes or something. I look ahead through the windshield, and through the windows to my left, as we begin to approach a house. I never remembered seeing it before, but it was familiar.
I said, that's enough. I am sorry, but if I do not cut out the audio now, they may trace me again. This time, to you.
Wait, when am I going to be able to find out what happened to her?